Hello, welcome to another Seeds of Flourishing video. So I'm starting to think about travelling again and doing a visit to the UK sometime in early 2023. And as I was thinking it through, I thought I should do a video about 5 places that we always seem to end up gravitating around when we visit London. We don't necessarily stay in that area, but we either specifically visit there or we end up going through it to get to somewhere else. And there seems to be 5 places which I've noticed over the number of years I've returned back to the UK and visited London at various points. 5 places or general areas where over those years we seem to have ended up at the most. So first up we have Hyde Park. Now part of the reason for this, and I think I've mentioned this in a previous video, is we have a habit of staying around the Paddington area now, and it's fairly easy to walk down here and use it to get to other places. But it is interesting when you start to look at it, how many different points to visit there are around there. You know, you have Hyde Park itself, with Kensington Palace on the edge, and the Royal Albert Hall down here, and then you've got Hyde Park Corner, and this area here obviously was recently where the funeral procession for Queen Elizabeth ended up before it moved over to, when it was being slowly moved through parts of London, and then it moved on to here to slightly faster transportation. So lots of interesting places around here, and of course then it spills over into Oxford Circus, and then down here, and you end up sort of into Soho. That would be my first choice, would be Hyde Park. Next we have Covent Garden. I'm trying to think actually of a visit to London where we haven't actually ended up going through or in Covent Garden. We always end up here for some reason, either to go shopping or to visit a restaurant, or the way on the way to the Forbidden Planet. But another area that's interesting, because you've got 7 Dials around here. If you go up a bit further, so here's Tottenham Court Road, and there's Oxford Street, and so you have around here Denmark Street. I think it did flash up. It's always fun trying to... Oh, there we go. We have Denmark Street. But then of course down here you've got Theatreland and Shaftesbury Avenue. But that there is where the central bit of Covent Garden is. I don't know how clear that is. It's always somewhere we like to visit. And I think in a previous video I had mentioned that in this area you have it's a pretty cool museum actually. Yeah, there, the London Transport Museum. So if if you ever find yourself in that general area, I would really recommend going there. There is an overspill museum for this as well, further out. I'm trying to remember where exactly that is. Another place we seem to end up around or pass through, and it's a little bit isolated, is the O2. We've been to here, we went there to see Muse one year, and another time we just went because there's a really cool, I think it was an Argentinian restaurant at one point there, I don't know if it's still there. But also we've been around here, so Canary Wharf, and then down to Greenwich as well. Now with this, of course, it's more on the underground. I mean, you can walk down to here if you want. That's another place that we seem to gravitate around in the general area of, and if I zoom out you can sort of see where that is in relation to the rest of London. Camden Town, I've probably lost track now of the amount of times I've been here, mainly because I used to go up here a lot when I was living in the UK. But of course, if you're in Camden Town, you've got Regent Street over here, you have Primrose Hill, and I think I may have mentioned in a previous video, if you've got time, there's a really lovely walk down this canal. You can actually walk along the canal from around Camden Lock Market area all the way down to Islington, to the Angel, Islington. And at that point, that would have been, I think it must have been 2019. It was just such a lovely walk along here. And of course there's nothing to stop you stopping off at different places along the way. We have the British Library. And then finally, we always seem to either walk past Tate Modern or go into it. And I think, part of that is just its position. It's a really nice walk along here. You've got Tower Bridge as well, just down here, and the Tower of London. There's a prison museum. And if I sort of zoom out a little bit, you can see where that is. And of course you have the Shard as well over near there. Oh, they're closed now. You can see there's a number of game stores that are flagged up, and a lot of them sadly are closed. There was somewhere else I was thinking about as I was zooming out. I noticed, in Covent Garden, it's actually pretty close to Somerset House as well. And it's pretty nice sort of walking, I found walking around here, this area. But London's just a great place to walk around actually. Lots of different interesting places you can walk through. Like there's that, I love the area, there's an area as well, this is like an honourable mention. If I zoom out, let me see if I can find it. So if we more go down towards parts of London, Yeah, here we go. I'm trying to find... There we are. Victoria Station. So here there's a lot of embassies, and often what we used to do is walk from Victoria Station over to Knightsbridge, all through here. And again, well, no surprise, you know, probably also there's Hyde Park again. Oh, I'm looking forward to visiting London again. Thanks once again for watching. Bye for now, and I will catch you in the next video.